And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a review of Belle Collective. We don't know what season this is because Carlos King says it's season 4, but then on the listings it says season 5. We don't know what season this fucking is, okay? Because at first I had season 4 up here, and then I turned it to season 5. Carlos, please get it together. You and the OWN network need to agree on what seasons these are, because if they're supposed to be broken down into 2 different parts, then why is it that when the first part is over with and we come back and it's season 4, and then you get on TV and you say that it's season 4, but then when we're tuning into the show, it's season 5? It's so damn confusing. But however, we are here for Belle Collective, y'all. All right, now I did tell y'all that I had a special guest with me tonight for the very first review. And let me tell y'all, he reached out to me. And listen, we worked together before, okay? He was on the first Whether You Like It or Not panel, one of the original members of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We done Who Was Wrong together recently, and we've talked about doing other stuff together in the future. And I felt like with him asking me to do this was absolutely a lot of fun because he's a lot of fun. And I was supposed to give me a drink because I know he gonna have me tickled up here this entire time, but it's very much so okay. It's needed. So without any further ado, I'm gonna bring you guys my special guest, and that is Mr. Alexander Rogers.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me on. And I will say we are the premier reviewers of Belle Collective. I know some other people do it, but like it's really like 4 or 5 of us. Like I think from the ladies first panel, one of the ladies from the ladies first panel does it. I don't want to get her name wrong. That's why I'm not saying her name. I think it's Jamie, but I'm not sure.
It is.
I watch all the reviews, but it's like I get over, like I watch the reviews, it only takes an hour because it's like 3 of us. But I will also say, like, I think this is what Carlos needs to focus on. This is giving what Love and Marriage Huntsville was supposed to. Love and Marriage Huntsville has just gotten too too sad.
Yeah,
that's my feeling. This was light. This was fun. This is fabulous, strong women and Glenn.
Okay, so since you brought that up, we could, before we even get into the show, because I took notes and everything, but before we even get into the whole show itself, I think about what you just said. You said that this is the show that Carlos needs to focus on. So now I feel better that I'm not the only one that feels like this is the show that he needs to put more into, because he puts all his eggs into Love and Marriage Huntsville, but he really doesn't put anything into Belle Collective, and it's low key his best show.
It's the fun show. And it's like, Carlos, if you want to tell Black women's stories, this is the show. Like the couples, it's too much drama. It's too many misogynistic husbands. I'm sorry, looking at Marceau, that's a depression. That is a freaking depression. Imagine having to be married to that.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Now, look, I'm gay as it gets. I enjoy a penis. I would never want to see that one.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I feel sorry for Tisha.
Tisha
been bullied when she came out the womb. Look at her mama.
But oh shit. But see, here's the thing, like, because Love and Marriage Huntsville used to be a really good show. It used to be a good show, but I don't know what has happened. Well, it's gotten redundant. It's all the same. But with this show, it's not redundant to me.
Because we have authentic women living their authentic lives. If Marie would come out as a lesbian. I'm sorry. If I went to lunch with Marie, I would take Marie to lunch. I would take her to lunch at the Waldorf Astoria. I would pay for a good seafood tower, but I would sit across from her with my gay self and say, so how are we going to actually talk about this? Are we going to have an honest conversation? Do you need me to play into your cognitive dissonance? Because I know a lesbian when I see one. I know a gay man when I see one. Like that would be like me pretending to be a heterosexual. Nobody's buying it. I'm not going to insult your intelligence, so don't insult mine, Marie. Don't insult mine.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this too. It's a little different for me because I'm from there. And I know one of those girls for real. So it's a little different for me watching it. And it's even more different now that I'm not there anymore watching it. So it's just like, and just I was literally on Fair Street my last 2 days there. I went there to go to lunch with somebody. Like it's
Okay,
really
now I gotta ask something.
okay.
And I'm a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
I've done real estate in New York City, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
a little experienced. What the hell takes so long to get a building done? And like, I don't understand. Either you have the money and you get it done, or you don't. I have worked with developers. We throw a building up in 5 minutes. No one is. It's frustrating because I'm like, it's not like you're trying to kick a thriving business out.
Right.
There's nothing there. There's
Nothing.
nothing there. Nothing. But a random raccoon that probably comes in the building. And it's like, and the raccoon walks in and they're like, I didn't even know they have garbage in here. Shit, I wanted a pizza crust.
Oh my God.
I don't understand what is these are Black women trying to start Black businesses on. Why are we not saying yes? Why are we not cut the ribbon? Cut the damn ribbon. The big scissors in front of like a grocery store or something when they first cut the damn ribbon. And also, can we start with a freaking grocery store? Black people need grocery stores. That's the first thing that should be on Ferris Street. A grocery store. Produce. Produce. I'm getting my real estate license again. So I can do real estate in Philadelphia because I'm getting ready to move. Guess what? The first corporate client I'm going after. Fairway. And there's not Walgreens. It starts with a W. Shit, what is it called? It's a supermarket. It's not
Winn-Dixie, is it?
It's not Winn-Dixie. Oh God, no, I wouldn't give Black people a Winn-Dixie. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Supermarket that starts with a W. Because I'll tell you, wait until you get just a little bit older. Once you hit 40, you can't remember anything.
Somebody say Wig. Is it Wegmans?
Wegmans, yes, Wegmans.
Okay.
Wegmans. That is the first corporate client I am going after to move into a predominantly Black neighborhood. We are getting a Wegmans. I will bring us a so help me God. I'm gonna do it or die trying. We're gonna have some produce. We're gonna have some fresh pineapple. So help me God. And as someone who lived in Harlem, and then when they did open the Whole Foods, it was on 125th, not 145th, where it needed to be. I'm gonna make sure we will have a Wegmans, and our hot bar will have soul food. So that's why, like, as someone who has done this for a living, I'm like, the things that are going on with Ferris Street just don't make sense because you have a technically blighted street. It's not like, oh, there's a lot going on and this is, a hot property. We've got to see what's going on with the community. Ain't shit. Thank you. You've been there. Ain't shit there but a raccoon.
Yeah, it's probably like one bar and grill that's open, and then it's like this like mom and pop's restaurant they call the Big Apple Inn or something like that. That's still open, but other than that, it's pretty like a bunch of boarded buildings, and there's nothing going on there.
And that's what it's like, Carlos. I need you to realize that you are trying to entertain Black people, and I know you didn't go to college, but I went twice, and I'm actually going back for a third time. You have to realize people are intelligent, and the stories and the plot lines you put out, anyone in the business, they're like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. That's not real. And hell, let's really take it back. Remember when he had that show selling it in the ATL, and then I did the parody selling it in NYC because I was a real estate agent? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I've been there, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. There is no landlord on the face of this earth especially in America in this economy, that's going to turn down someone trying to rent and renovate a blighted property.
It's
Well, and
crazy.
speaking of a blighted property, this is a little off topic, but kind of on.
Okay.
Did you see Tokyo Tony's TikTok of her in front of that house saying, "We have businesses here. You can have a party, a divorce party, even a repass.
Not a
Look at the higher."
repass. I did not see that. Now I'm gonna have to look at it
Oh
after
my
this
God,
is
you gotta look
over.
that up. You gotta look at she bought herself a trap house.
Oh my God, not a trap house.
And she said, you can even do massages. We have beds for them. I'm like, now who gets a massage on a bed? You shouldn't have said that out in public. Like,
Yeah, that don't sound too good right there. That don't sound too good.
Like, let me rewind that. Let me run that back.
Right.
But let's talk about, well, first off, who is your favorite on the cast? Because my favorite is Marie.
Latrice. But only because I know her, probably. Because I know her outside the show.
I'm sure Latrice is like, I do a show with Dr. Heavenly, so I've gotten to have the experience like yourself of they're one person on camera and they're another person in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people think I am probably like the worst person you could ever meet. But like my friends in real life are like, oh my God, Alex is such a sweetheart. Like, he'll give you the shirt off his back. Like, he plays a really good bitch on TV.
You know what? That is a good point though, because like people really, you know, when we review the shows and my bad, when we review the shows and stuff like that, and we be going in on people and shit, like that's all they see. So they think that that's what we give literally all day long, and that's not what we give, because as you know, I've met several different YouTubers and a lot of them say the same thing. Oh, he's such a sweet person. Oh, we had such a good time. He's so funny, blah, 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 blah. But when some of these people be watching us on here, they be thinking that I'm just so terrible and just.
Oh, it's like, oh my God, it's perfect example. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. When they were like asking, like, oh, well, how was it to work together? Like, you know, did you fight? And Whitney was like, this is music, not boxing. This is comedy, not boxing. We get together and it's like, oh my God, girl, that read was amazing. Like, it's all love and compliment.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy, but you know, but you got a point there. Who is your least favorite person though?
I will say, let me say why.
Okay.
Because she doesn't seem to give authentic story, it would be
Mhm.
Tamra. I don't think Tamra is an unlikable woman. I don't think I think like, I'm sure I could go to lunch with her and like, especially as a radio personality, I could learn from her. Like, she seems like in real life, we would probably get along. Like, I could see her, you know, being very kind. But on the show, the image that she's trying to portray, it just doesn't wash. It doesn't ring true. And it's like, Tamra, you know, you like rest on your success of being like a huge radio personality in the greater, you know, is it Mississippi or Alabama? I forget.
Mississippi.
In the greater Mississippi area. I know I'm going to hell for that one.
It's okay.
Now, I have a personal question for you.
Okay.
Would you ever, once you got what you came to get in Atlanta, because I don't know what you went to Atlanta to get, but I do, like, as someone who also has moved to bigger cities to, you know, find a life, like I completely and utterly understand. Would you ever move back? Because I know them houses is 4 cents and they're beautiful. Because I'm moving to Philadelphia, not New York, because I'm like, I can actually get the house I want after a good 2 years of working in Philadelphia, where I'm like, in New York, I could work forever and still. I realize like that is like, let's go where it can happen. Let's go where I can make it happen. I can make it happen in Philadelphia. New York, I'm like, even still, it would always be the good, better, best, never let it rest. In Philadelphia, I know for 1.3, I could have primo.
Well, for me, I'm not. I don't know if it's too soon to say because I've only been gone for 2 months. But just looking at if you ask me that right now, I don't see myself going back to stay there. You know what I mean? Probably because I've been there all my life and I wanted something new.
That is true. Like I've like lived in big cities for so long.
Mhm.
A smaller city is attractive.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
It's like it's like my friends are asking me like, "Oh, are you moving to New York?" I'm like, "No, I'm like I'll still work in New York. Like my real estate license will still work there." But been there, done that, loved it,
Mhm.
grew from it, but I am too old. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want it. I want the next generation, like the younger kids, do that. Been there, done that. Even if I hit like a $200 million lottery, I would be like, do I really? I still think I would be in like a tertiary city. I
Yeah.
still think I'd be like, no, I'll go to Philadelphia and just be the richest person there.
Okay, that's
I'll just be the
understood.
big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. I will say that me being here, it helps to have people already here. You know what I mean? To kind of show me the ropes and all those
And
other things.
and you were so smart with that. Like you let all your friends move first. And so now it's like you're moving, but it's really like, well, y'all was just coming to visit me. So now
Mhm.
we're just all together where it's not as like when I go to Philadelphia, I'm like, okay, I have friends in New York it will still be like, I've got Chris in New York, I've got other friends in New York,
Mhm.
I still have like that home base there. But I'm like, okay, I'm still gonna have to like make new friends in Philadelphia. And fortunately, my dad's helping me get a job there.
Yeah. Yeah, see, because Jamar had already moved here. So that was the plus. And then he introduced me to all these different people. And then I became friends with these different people. And I became close to these different people. So it helped that Jamar was already here. And then these people that he
And can
introduced
tell
me
you where to park without a $20 valet.
to. Exactly. So it all went the way it needed to. So but I appreciate everything you've said, especially what you said before we came on here. So I appreciate that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. And we open up with Akeisha. Now,
Mm.
Akeisha is letting us know that her proposal was accepted for a building on Fair Street. She also lets us know that her husband told her that he made it clear that he wanted his family to be back up north in New York. And that's where he is right now. But once they accepted the proposal, she had to come back. So Gucci, aka Sophia, arrives. She sees this building and she was saying how she needed a office space and how Akeisha was like, well, we could do a dual space. So then they was talking to one another and asking the other, who do you talk to? Gucci says she only talks to Letitia here and there. Akeisha says that she only talked to Marie. Then so Gucci says that Latrice and Tambra came to support Selena in the hearing, and she felt some type of way about Tambra being there, but she knew that Latrice would be there. And then ultimately, Akeisha says that she wants to get the girls together for a collection. What was it? Collective collect what
Collective
correction?
collection.
Yeah.
Collective recollection. I need her and her scoop of hair to go on back to the Bronx. Girl, I'm sorry. As a lifelong New Yorker, baby, and you know what? The reason why she down there, you don't fit in the Bronx and you don't fit in down south. You are a Tidewater girl. You need to take your happy ass to North Carolina.
Uh,
Real estate reads with Alexandra Diane.
oh my God.
And the
So
only reason your happy ass came back to Ferris Street is because your contract got renewed. Let's be real. Let's be honest. You have no ties to that area. The only tie you have is you can't afford the Bronx, so y'all came down there to get a $1,200 check from Carlos King.
and see, here's the problem that I have with a lot of them on this show. they make it seem like they're well known and shit. And you would think so if
We
you
are
wasn't
more
from
known
here.
than them.
You would
We are
think,
more known than them. We are more of a household name than them because we've been doing this shit longer. I dare on motherfucking T. More people know you and me than the Belle Collective.
see
And
the
I love the
only
Belle Collective, but like, girl,
see the only two people that I can say that most people in our area per se already knew was Latrice because of that hair store, and Tambra because she's on the radio. But I didn't know nobody else on here. Like Marie talking about these clinics, I never heard of them.
that's
So
good.
Gucci.
No, I can actually say that's good. You will only know about Marie's world until you have to be in Marie's world. And you will find all the clinics.
Yeah,
And that, like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like,
mhm.
I believe Marie. I believe that she has her businesses, and I've had some personal issues with some of the things that she's had. I've really loved some people that have had some issues, and you don't know about that world until you have
Yeah,
somebody, and then it's like, oh, where the fuck is a rehab?
right. That's true. You
And
know,
most of those facilities honestly disguise themselves so that the stigma isn't there. So I
yeah.
actually get that, where it's like, no, you wouldn't know about that because there's a whole bunch of HIPAA stuff. It's like people are going there
Yeah,
to get better without judgment.
now that you put it that way, I understand what you're saying. Because again, like I had never heard of her at all. I had never heard of it. And then when she got on the TV and stuff, she was like, well, I'm the first black woman to own blah 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 in Mississippi. And I'm like, why ain't nobody never said, why no one never said anything about that? You feel what I'm
Well,
saying?
hold on. I'll tell you something. My mother is the first person to do electronic billing for Medicare and Medicaid in the state of New York.
Mm,
And she actually helped write the software that does things like that. But
mm.
nobody knows her. I know her. I'm the one who's like, oh, you do you know? Tell people. I'll tell people in a hot minute, but she's like, it's not like it's just what I did. It's what I was supposed to do. And I'm like, really? Come on now.
Right.
Put your crown on. Put your crown on, mom. Put your crown on.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Now, when it
But
comes down,
she worked for, Medicare and Medicaid. Like, well, she was working for hospice at the time.
mhm.
And she was doing billing for them and was like, okay, let's see how we can do this faster to actually get our nurses paid. But nobody knows about like elder care until you actually have to, put your grandparents in it.
Which is
And then
true.
all of a sudden the facilities start popping out at you.
Right. But do you think when it comes back down to the scene, do you think that Soguchi had a right to feel some type of way about Tambra going to court with Selena, or do you think that she was
Yes. Yes, she does, because it
okay?
was a moment where leave that for the family.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know that half of before you got on this show.
Who, Selena?
But now you're showing up to court for her.
Now I will vouch for that. Tambra did know Selena before the show.
Oh, well, I still feel like there's a level of you ain't got to be at court with showing up to court for somebody. It really says I'm for them and anti everybody else.
Okay, so that's why you feel like so Gucci had a right to. But then again, I mean, maybe it's the pettiness in me, but in my opinion, if I was Tambra, I really wouldn't care about how Soguchi felt, because Soguchi is shady as hell, and she did try to insinuate that kid that she was pregnant with probably wasn't none of Damon's kid, and it was that guy that she worked with kid. Now she did insinuate that on the show last season.
I'm thinking on that one. I'm like, what? But although I don't believe a word Tambra says, so I'm like, shit, that's probably true.
Okay, so why do y'all think that Tamara be lying
Like,
so much?
also, I don't trust men over 45 that then all of a sudden want kids.
Mm.
And also, you ain't never like, so you telling me you close to 50 and you ain't never accidentally got nobody pregnant. Either your swimmers don't work or it's kind of like my little song. From the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas.
Oh my
It
God.
doesn't matter if you're rich or own famous because you can't get someone pregnant in the anus.
This is hilarious.
Now, I've been fucking I'm 40, I'll be 42 in December. I've been fucking since I was 18. So that's a good 20 years. Now, I've been in the anus. So that's why nobody popped up pregnant. That's just kind of how math.
Okay, well, I see where that was going. So what's your take on Akeisha wanting to get the girls together for this correction?
Akeisha needs a plot line. Akeisha needs a business, a plot line, 2 scoops more of hair. She needs something to do. I swear, like Carlos King found her and said, "Thank God, a woman that needs something to do." That's why her husband's in New York. Now, I'm sorry, if I found a man that I was gonna marry, if he was in, guess where the fuck I'd be?
In New York.
Sitting on his lap in New York. I wouldn't be down in nobody's Mississippi farting around with no broke ass Ferris Street when I've got NFL retirement, a beautiful home in the Bronx.
Right.
What are you doing?
But do you know that originally, before Belle Collective came along, she was supposed to be on the Housewives of New Jersey?
I need to say the N-word on that. N-word, please. That woman, no, absolutely not. That level of boring, the season was bad enough as it is. See, I'm sorry. She could not handle those women. Those women would have torn her apart, limb from limb.
That's what I'm saying. I could not see.
And that's like, and hold on, everybody, that is not an assault, an insult to Akeisha at all. But anybody that watches the show, like, I wouldn't put her in that room with those sharks. Hell, for me to go in a room with those sharks. Did you not see me at BravoCon? I had to cuss Kyle Richards out.
Thank you for that, by the way, because I can't stand Kyle, by the way. Thank you.
I said, Kyle, why do you insist on thrusting Mellencamp upon these women who clearly don't like her? And the look on her face, and the new black woman, girl, the way she whipped her head around and looked at me like, oh. And I'm like, I don't care how much you're worth, bitch. You don't pay nothing on the near bill in my house.
Right.
Like, I don't inherit anything from you. So I felt free. And she felt free to bring it up at the reunion. And they put me up there again.
I definitely watched the reunion now, and I was here screaming. I was up in there, but I wasn't here screaming, but I was back home screaming.
I couldn't believe that. I'm like, now, I'm sorry, Kyle. You are a rich white woman with an attractive, well, now ex-husband. And still the only thing that runs across the windmills of your mind is me.
So you made a mark
on that for because we filmed the BravoCon in November. Mm-hmm. You filmed your reunion in January, and I was still top of mind. I still am what you think about before you close your eyes at night and go to sleep. And I'm not even attracted to white women.
What's the next
now,
thing?
White men. White men.
Oh my goodness, I can't. Now,
here's the thing. I will allow them to pay me reparations. I allow it. I will allow a white man to come into my life and make it better. In fact, I insist upon it.
Oh. Okay, well, moving on.
But white women, I have no use for you.
Well, I understand it. Um,
And
so we
I ain't
get
got no
into
use for Akeisha either.
so we get into Letitia and Glenn.
Oh God!
Glenn,
Look, okay, I'm sorry. Can Glenn go on and get the bottom that he deserves?
not the bottom he deserves.
The
Oh my God.
bottom he deserves. You live in Atlanta, you know there is a bottom that would make Glenn happy. Glenn needs to go on and realize Letitia ain't never going to be the woman that you want. You will never be able to control her. You want to control a nice feminine bottom that's going to come home, have dinner on the table, and legs spread. Spread, spread, spread.
Oh my God.
Spread, spread. Get you a bottom. Just get you a fucking bottom.
So you think that he
I'm
would be
tired.
happier
I
with
don't have the energy. I can't fake it. Glenn, get a bottom and shut the fuck up.
so you think he'll be happier with a bottom?
Yes.
Basically.
He needs a man he can control. You cannot control Letitia. She's got her Beyonce wig on.
Oh, not her Beyonce wig.
She's got her Beyonce wig on.
Oh my God. Oh
And
God.
then she's got a 2007 Porsche Cayenne. I remember it because my dad got that car when it first came out. And I was like, oh my God, a classic.
Oh my
Also, like when
God.
housewives get new Mercedes, I'm like, my mom had that 2 years ago. Please stop. Please stop the lies. Please stop.
And whoever her makeup artist was, they had her looking like Casper because it just wasn't working
Because
for
she
her.
hired, I was about to say the F word. Because she hired who make her look like drag queens.
Yeah, because that didn't
Women
do
also, I'm
anything
gonna tell
for
you this,
her.
women who can hear the sound of my voice. When you get a gay man to do your makeup, make sure he paints you like a lady and not a drag queen. Because Jesus Christ, the harsh cheeks I have to deal with. I'm like ready, I'm like pulling my wallet out, like, oh, it's time to tip. I mean, really, I'm like, oh,
oh
where
my
did that
goodness.
money come from? I got money like that. That was supposed to be ones.
Oh my God. Well, in this particular scene, they're at the first home that they got when they first got together. They want to sell it and they had it as a rental property, but now they want to sell it. When she was asked about the vow renewal that they was supposed to have, she said it's on hold. I wonder why. Glenn says that he can't learn to elevate Tisha if she's not
She's waiting
available.
for him to die. Why the hell would I renew vows when I'm waiting for you? Girl, I would be making him hot water cornbread and pork chops every night. Let high blood pressure do the fucking rest. Let high blood pressure do the rest. I'm sorry, Latrice, you don't love your coot anymore. You now, like, here's the thing. When you are a gold digger, you have to be prepared to outpace your coot. And if you get a good coot that will actually encourage your business, then you have two choices. You can either stay with the coot out of gratitude until he dies and give him the best and last years of his life, or you can say, you know what? Let me introduce you to a new young husband you can help with, and I'm going to fly on. I'm not saying I know that from personal experience, but I do imagine these are things people have to deal with. People do ask, how did you afford all those fur coats? I wonder myself. I wonder how I'm always sitting on here in Ralph Lauren. I wonder.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
Again, this is
But
why.
but do you think that the respect that Tisha had for him is no longer there?
No, it's not.
And
Because
that's why she needs to leave. That's why she needs to leave. Because what's the point of staying? You don't respect him.
Here's what it is. They both want each other to be who they were when they came into the relationship, and that's not possible. they also have a kid together, and they realize, like, we'll give you something on the show, but I do think that, like, when the cameras go down, it's like, okay, like, we can actually figure this out as humans.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like a lot of people, love changes. It doesn't mean that you don't love each other. It just means that maybe we're not as romantically in love. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or I'm a bad person. It just means shit changes.
Right.
And
That
I
is.
think that's really what that family is going through, where it's like neither one of them want to let go because they are and always will be family,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just not the same people they used to be.
Yeah, and plus she has kind of elevated a little bit since the show started, and I think that that's a little bit harder for him to deal with because he's used to being the one that was the breadwinner, taking care of everything, and now she can do for herself. And it's just that sometimes men have an issue with it when a woman is able to upgrade on her own and do things when he's used to doing everything. So now he feels.
And that is something that blows my mind,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, she like, what do you think she's gonna do? Like, all she's gonna do is spend that money on you and you kids. It's like women are not inherently like women aren't inherently evil. There are evil women out there. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are evil women out there. There are evil men out there.
Mm-hmm.
But most women, it's like, baby, all I like, yes, I want to upgrade myself so I can take care of things myself too. But that's not I'm not doing this to leave you.
Right.
I'm doing this to make things better. That way, if you get sick, one of my favorite phrases is, I want to be successful enough to afford a good cancer. I want to be successful enough where if somebody I love has cancer, I can afford it. I can afford the Cadillac of chemo and the best treatment, and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
My father just went through cancer a few years ago. They caught it early, and
Good.
he went to Lisbon to get screened again, and he's fine. He lives in Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason that he lives there is because he was like, oh, let me go where I can get good medical care and not bankrupt my family. If I had cancer, he would go bankrupt trying to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that. So I will be rich enough to afford a good cancer. I will have a whole cancer fund. It's like, you got to, we got money for that. We got money for that.
Right. Well, in regards to her saying that she misses her friendship with Latrice, do you think she really misses it, or do you think that she just the cameras are rolling now? So that's
Latrice. I'm sorry, not Latrice. Lady Isha. I love to call her Lady Isha because that's how the name is spelled.
yeah.
Isha. Lady Isha. And I honestly, as a black one, I feel like that's the perfect name. It's like, I'm gonna show up when you see me. When you see me is when I will be. And that my mother is literally speaking through me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when are you coming home? When you see me.
Right. Okay.
Don't bother me. Don't question me. That's why I'm Laisha. I'm late, but you'll see me when you see me.
Right.
Lady misses her old self.
Mm-hmm.
She is, I would say maybe it's a little bit of imposter syndrome, which is normal for all of us. We all have gone through that. But I think that's what it is. I think that she isn't as used to her new self and still misses the comfort of her old self, but not necessarily the friendship. Because Latrice has never been a friend to anyone but herself.
Oh, wow.
I'm always honest.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so speaking of Latrice, we get into her scene where she got this new restaurant, Taste, which is open now. I didn't get I think she opened it right after I left. Taste is open now, and then Goddess Link 2.0 is
I'm
about to
so
open.
mad you cannot give me a review of Taste.
Yes, I did not get a chance to go. She had just opened it once I left.
Have you been to Old Lady Gang?
I have been. I've been went to Old Lady.
I want to hear about it.
Right now.
Well, I'm only asking your honest opinion. I'm only asking what happened.
Because I went to Old Lady Gang and I went to Blaze. I went to both before. That's before I even moved here. I prefer Blaze over Old Lady Gang. Just saying.
What was better about Blaze? Because I've never been to Atlanta.
The food.
Okay, how was the food better? Like, is Old Lady Gang just like, don't even waste your time?
No, I won't say that. Like, and I'm not just saying this because I
But
like
you feel it. You won't say it.
because I don't know if you know, but the year that I went to Old Lady Gang, it was me, Jamar, and Maddie. We all went because me and Maddie came down here for my birthday. That was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, we all came down here for my birthday. It wasn't bad, but it's like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying?
If you have to say with such bass in your voice, it wasn't bad. It was bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't bad.
It
wasn't completely horrible because I've been to places where it's horrible. But
it went from it wasn't bad to it wasn't completely horrible.
See, you're trying to give me trick. No,
I'm just asking.
it's just certain. It's okay. I'll just say this. It was certain things that I enjoyed
like
more. Like I love their macaroni and cheese. It was good. I didn't care for the chicken. I like their collard greens.
How do you fuck up the chicken?
Yeah, the chicken was not the best. It was kind of dry to me. That's the only thing that I didn't like about it for the stuff that I had. But the drinks was on point. Drinks on point. But that's the only thing that I didn't like.
You didn't order white meat, did you?
Did I? I think it was white meat. But Blaze was good. Blaze was good all around. The drinks were good. The food was good.
So Blaze was something that Todd set up with the good food.
Pretty much. It was really good. The customer service was pretty good. But see, the Old Lady Gang that we went to, we didn't go to the main one that's like up, in the downtown area. We went to one of the other locations. I think.
I'm sorry. Like all my locations is good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make good food at my house and then go make shitty food somewhere else. But that's I like to make good food wherever I go. There's that one time I fucked up the macaroni and cheese when we did that YouTube trip to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Although it was funny, like we went out to Las Vegas twice, and then I ended up moving into one of the houses that we vacationed in. I was like, yeah, I actually like this.
Oh wow.
Chris was there. He was like, so this is the house with the marble. I'm like, yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
I have a whole bedroom. I don't even go in.
Well, hey, you got it.
No, it was cheap because it was the pandemic. That house would have rented for $10,500 a month. We got it for a lot less.
Oh, well, that's good then. That's good. Selena arrives, as we now know, she's the new Belle. Selena is now the bar manager, being that she has a lot of history with bartending. Letitia knows Selena. Tambra knows Selena. Akeisha thinks Selena is nice, but so Gucci sips on her drink. Selena says Mike is her new man. They bonded over food and been together ever since. Latrice says that she don't want nothing to do with the collective. She says that she has nothing to talk about with Marie, especially not Letitia. They both tried to jump her at the reunion.
I've got a lot to talk about with Marie. Where does Marie... Now, here's the thing. Marie and Missy Elliott have the same hairdresser. Because Marie's finger waves, I have never seen, except on the skull of Missy Elliott, a fresher or more perfect finger wave. Marie, you never get on this camera without your hair or your wiglet, because you love to throw on a little pussycat wig sometimes.
Oh my God. Your wiglet
be on point, still better than Tyler Perry. Better than Tyler Perry. So, but Marie's finger waves on this episode, baby, That shit, you know, Essie was getting that shit just right for the camera.
Oh my
That
God.
was Essie's finger up in there. That was right. Essie's finger. Essie's finger. Wait, that was Essie. Right? Nothing but Essie. She was like, no, baby, I got you. I got you.
Oh my God. I can't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can and you will. That's why we're here. That's why you invited me on.
Yes. Selena says that it went from a peace bond. It's no longer a peace bond, but it's now a no contact order. So, yeah. Anything you got to say about this particular scene, or you want to move on?
Like, I can't, like, you know what? I can't really comprehend because this fight is over Willie. Like, the man that they are both arguing over is something that I wouldn't even pull off the bottom of my shoe. I would just throw the shoes away and buy a new pair.
You talking about JJ?
Whatever. That name is not, like, he is not important enough for me to know his name. Jesus Christ. That is my sleep paralysis demon.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They are fighting over that? Are you serious?
They are definitely fighting over
I would
that.
never let anybody know my dick got within 6 feet of that.
Oh my God.
Never. That is a man, you don't let nobody know he ate your pussy. Are you serious?
I agree.
And y'all are fighting over him in court with recorded documents? This is why I say the fuck out of the South. This is why I say the fuck out of the South, because you ain't going to have me in the court arguing over no nigga named Peanut.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So next up is Marie, of course. Marie says that she's in remission with her lupus. She's lost 50 pounds after she stopped taking the meds. Her cousin Sue and Maria arrives and they catch up.
Oh God, I can talk about this.
Okay.
My mom went through a lot of that shit with her unsuccessful siblings.
Oh.
And I understand. And it's when you are a part of the successful side of the family, the unsuccessful side of the family resents you. And especially when you're like, look, my money is for my kid. Like, I can do this, I can do that, but like, no, like, I'm sorry, I can't, do that for you because I have to send my kid to summer camp. Like, I'm trying to give him all of the things I didn't get growing up. We didn't get growing up. Just because you didn't go to college and decide to become a major business person, that's not my issue.
Right. I would say this. I felt two different ways about this whole scene because on the outside looking in, you would probably feel like Marie belittles them. Maybe it's the tone of her voice.
She doesn't. It's
No,
just
no. Just let me say it. On the outside looking in, you would probably think that she belittles them with the way she speaks. Because sometimes a certain tone of voice would come across as belittling or not even just belittling, like maybe dismissive in a sense. But when you really look at them, it's kind of like, it may not even be belittling. It may just be y'all feel some type of way because y'all feel like because she made it, y'all got to make it too. And y'all should have exactly what it is that she has, although she worked to get to where she's at. And even though y'all feel belittled, she's giving y'all opportunities to have money and y'all work with her. She let y'all work up under her and stuff like that, and y'all still feel like she thinks she better than y'all.
It people feel that way. I have a lot of people just from the way that I speak. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people will feel like like we're having a normal conversation and they will walk away feeling like I talked down to them or I belittled them. And it's just simply because I was trained to speak. I've gone to theater school my entire life. I'm able to switch in and out of accents. That is the whole thing of behind why I sound the way I sound. People that
Mm-hmm.
don't get it are like, oh, you think you're better. And it's like, dude, no, I'm just a fucking actor. That's it. That's
That's why
all.
I said that's why I brought up the tone, because sometimes people would take your tone a certain type of way. Because even with me, like because I'm naturally kind of monotone in the way that I speak, sometimes people take it as if I'm being shady or I'm talking down to you or I'm
If
being
they
dismissive.
don't know how Southerners speak, if they
Right,
don't know, ooh, that is such a perfect example because I lived in North Carolina, so I'm familiar with that Southern accent. But I have a lot of family from where you're from, where I also know okay, they speak slower. Like it's just a slower cadence of speak. Like New
right,
Yorkers, we talk fast, we talk super fast. You go down south, and that's actually also how the Southern accent got started. Is if you slow down the English accent, it becomes a Southern accent.
right.
Look it up, y'all. Look it up. Slow down an English accent, it becomes a Southern accent. That is I've studied linguistics. That's actually what happened.
Mhm.
But because of that, people will judge you on that. And so if you're with a group of Southerners where you're talking really fast, they're like, okay, you might think you're better.
Mhm.
Or you're I really do understand that where it's like, oh, I just speak differently. It's not like my tones and inflection, it's just from where I'm from. It is not in any way a reflection of how I feel about you.
And that's something that I had to tell a guy that works with me today. Like he's a new guy and he said, yeah, he's annoying to me, absolutely. But the thing is, when he would say something to me and I would respond, he automatically took it like I was just saying, I didn't mean anything. I said, I literally responded to you with a smile on my face. I don't know why you felt like I took what you said out of context. Like, why do you think I'm taking it personal? Or why do you think, like I had to constantly say that. So it's kind of like people get your tone confused a lot. And when you talk a certain type of way, they think that you're aggressive or
Mm.
you're dismissive or you just dismissive. I didn't take that, and I felt, and I normally don't be feeling for Marie on a lot of stuff. There's some things I feel for her own, and then there's sometimes I'd be like, fuck Marie. But in this moment, I understood what she was saying, because sometimes family feels like just because you made it and you're making it a certain type of way, you're all automatically obligated to involve them and include them and stuff. Because I kind of
Ooh,
like,
and
you
also,
know,
can we both say it as people who are, in the public eye, it don't work that way.
it does not. It does
Oh
not.
my God. It's I perfect Chris is a perfect example.
Mhm.
We started working together. We have a wonderful fan base with our show. He's finding his own fans like I find mine. It's not like,
Right.
oh my God, all of my fans immediately. It's like, no, because everybody's different. Like
Right.
you will have fans that I will never have because they're like, I like him. I don't like you that much. Like you okay.
Right.
I can deal with you, but like him and his impression, his sense of, and it's like you have to be okay with that.
That's something that I was trying to tell someone in my family once before, because for yourself, because we've been doing YouTube probably just
10
as,
years. We
yeah,
both in
long,
the
just as,
decade club. You're
yeah,
both in the
we've been
decade
doing it
club.
for a long time. And first things first, I had a sister that wanted to do YouTube, but she wanted to do like the little family vlog with her kid and her boyfriend or whatever. I thought that was cute. It's like, for me, I didn't mind like shouting her out, supporting it. But the thing is, if I see that you ain't doing shit with your platform, why the hell do I need to put so much into it to send my people to you if you're not doing nothing with it? So I tried to be nice and do that. And she only posted maybe 2 or 3 videos and never did it again. It's been years.
And
And
how
then
many videos we got? We both got over 2,000-3,000.
I mean, girl, and then
Like we ain't new to this. We true to this.
right, and then my brother
It's
was
like,
one of my
talk
brothers
to
was
me when you've been doing
saying
this for 5 years, and then I can see how I can help you out. Like
that's what I'm saying. And then one of my brothers was saying that he wanted to do a podcast and he was asking me all these different questions on what to do. And I was telling him what to do. And then it was like, okay, not even
know
that.
your audience.
Right. You want me to do all the leg work?
I can, and the thing is, and you can't because they're gonna fall in love with you.
You know what I'm saying? You want me to come, like, I don't mind promoting it. I don't care about doing it, but I'm not gonna do it every time I get live. Every time I get on live, I'm not gonna sit up here because just like I
You
had
gotta
to,
promote yourself.
I gotta promote myself, and I had to
Like
build
we
myself.
enjoy doing shows together, but like we know we gotta keep our own channels going. We gotta keep our own thing doing.
Right. And then with what we do, we get certain opportunities sometimes, like you doing stuff with Dr. Heavenly. I did the Miss to Millions with Dr. Heavenly before. So you get what I'm saying. We get certain type of opportunities, and then there's people that's around us that feel like because we get these opportunities or we're doing it, they feel like they should be included. And I always tell people when I say you can't be included in every aspect of my life, that doesn't mean that I'm trying to shut you out of my life. It's just certain things you can't be a part of because you will never understand it.
Like me and Chris went to, like, we did the fundraising to
Mm-hmm.
go to BravoCon. Like people just see, oh, you were on page 6 of BravoCon. Oh, you made, the reunion. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know the decade of work that
Mm-hmm.
went into that. The training,
Right.
the consistent open mics, the consistent always being on camera, always trying to improve, always trying to be better, having that, like being able to walk up and ask one question, knowing I've got one shot, I've got 10 seconds, and I've got to
Mm-hmm.
make this last. I can either make America know me or forget me in this 10 seconds. And I took it and did everything I needed to do with it.
Exactly.
But you don't just, like, nobody wakes up doing that. That takes years.
And they don't get that. And then, they just see the number of subscribers we have and don't realize how long it took us to get there.
A
It's
decade.
right. It's just
Decade. And we still ain't cracked 100,000. But however,
nope.
people also don't understand, well, they'll see people with all these bigger numbers, and it's like, well, who's watching the video? Because we may have a smaller number, but our members are loyal.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have my number where I know everybody show up to watch Pop Roast, to watch the Allegedly Show, to watch collaborations, than
Mm-hmm.
have a whole bunch of people who are like, ain't nobody really watching.
That is
But
very
that's
true.
just,
That is true. Oh, that was a good conversation. Next up is the collective correction. There's a lot of tension. Akeisha announces her new business on Farish. They congratulate her. Marie winds up not showing
what is
up.
she doing?
She said something about I don't know if I think it's a restaurant or something, like a bar or something. I don't know. I really wasn't paying her ass no mind, to be honest. Letitia starts off the conversation by crying over her relationship with Latrice. Latrice says that we sitting up here talking on this table about a sisterhood, but then when we all get together outside of the group, we all get on the phone and talk about the other one. And then Akeisha says that she heard from Latrice that Letitia and Glenn tried to set up her husband with another woman. Tambra says that it's not a safe space and called out So Gucci and her and how shady she was at her baby shower and how offended she was by it. So Gucci then confronted Tambra about testifying for Selena, but then they winded up making amends. Then Latrice and So Gucci started discussing their issues, and it seemed like they made amends, I guess. And then Akeisha started when Latrice said that Akeisha was inserting herself, she denied ever inserting herself in her business. And then by the end of the conversation, Letitia said that she wanted to have a one-on-one with Latrice. Where you at with this whole sit down that they had?
I'm tired.
Ah!
I am tired of Carlos King pretending to be a real estate developer. Either get your real estate license and actually try to build some properties, or shut up. I like anything. Keisha always in somebody's business, but Tambra, you are on a reality show, but you don't want to share your business.
Mhm.
So you can't say people are in your business when you're on a show about sharing your business.
Right, that is true.
Like I can't with that. It's like you are on a show to show your life. If you just want to promote your radio show, please, I want you to stay on the radio. I want you to give, hello, this is Delilah coming to you with a quiet storm.
Oh,
Give that.
she could never do the quiet storm. You should hear her on the radio. No shade to her, but no. Mm-mm.
Hi, this is Tambra with
Oh God!
Quiet
Oh,
Storm. Oh my
imagine
God.
hearing that when
I'm
you're
gonna
trying to
play
go to
you
lunch and
one of
shit.
the songs that
Imagine.
really gets me going when I have an imaginary man over, because we all know Devon is interested.
Not
But
imaginary man. Oh my God.
you really think Devon want to get up in her panties? Do you really believe that? Do you believe that? Now, if you believe it, I'm shut up and leave it alone. Do you believe that he wants to see her vagina?
I mean, he had a baby with her. Does that count? And I must say, he looks better in person, by the way, because I've seen him out. He looks way better in person.
You know who also looks better in person? Toya's husband.
Talking about the dude she married to now?
Toya from Marriage Medicine.
Oh, Eugene.
Eugene.
I thought you were talking about the other.
I saw them in person at BravoCon, and they're actually a very attractive couple. Like the camera just does not do her body justice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for real. I was just like, and now it's like when you see her body in real life, you understand why Eugene pays for everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
You see her waist in real life. You like, all you can do is tip your hat to that man, sir. In real life, Toya, shut shit down.
Lord Jesus.
It was, like, honest to God, it was shocking. It was really shocking. Because I knew she was pretty, but I was like, oh, like, wow. Like, I understand. Like, you really are. You know, I would say the same thing happened when I met Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, okay, like, I finally get to check out in the flesh what I've heard so much about. And I'm like, okay, you know what? What everyone says is true. You are a true natural beauty. You are stunning. You are frighteningly beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I was like, all right, I can talk so much shit about you. I finally get to see you in the flesh. And she had on silver sandals, and those heels were moisturized. She didn't have a fleck, because she knew I was going to be there. She knew I was going to be there, and took a picture with me. Was just as pleasant. And also, and I will say this, I talk about King until the cows come home. Everybody knows that,
Of course.
But at the first BravoCon, I have to give her this. She said, I'm not leaving until everyone that wants a picture with me gets a picture with me, because they were trying to rush them off. And she was like, excuse me, I don't know who you think you're working for, but I am the housewife. I am Miss America. Don't ever fucking forget it. You're here for me, and you're going to control this crowd until everyone gets a picture with me. You're not going to rush me off and leave my fans wanting more. And that, I can have nothing but the utmost respect for her.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. With So Gucci, I think that her and Latrice's issues were not that fucking
So
deep.
Gucci is with JJ. Now I want to ask you,
oh Lord Jesus,
what on this earth could make you get with JJ?
I would never get with JJ. Ever.
What on this earth could force you into that? Because this woman went and got with him willingly.
But see, the
And
thing,
I want to know, how does she have time to do anything else when she's constantly running after his eyes?
oh, not running
Andy
after his
Cohen
show.
only has one wonky eye. He's got two. How does she get it done? Because you know them eyes be running up and down Mississippi State Freeway.
But you know what? But you know what's so funny is that my mother, when I was talking to her like just last week on the phone, she told me that she saw JJ. I think they was somewhere. They was at some
With those
food
eyes,
place,
you'll see JJ anywhere. I can
and
look
she
out my window and
said
see him.
my mother was like, he does the same, like the way he acts on TV. He really acts like that in person, and it comes across like he want people to pay attention to him when he's out in public because we already in Mississippi, but it's just like he be looking for attention, like talking real loud and shit and all that. My mama was like, she was just sitting there looking at him like, the fuck. Which I'm not surprised. It's not surprising at all. But I see So Gucci's daughter. Well, I used to, because I'm no longer there. But I used to see So Gucci's daughter all the time. She's really nice in person. She actually ran up to me one day and hugged me. I said, "Not you hugging me, and I be dragging your mom on them videos."
Sure, because she knows the truth.
But let me tell you something about So Gucci. Because you know that I know Latrice because I went to high school with her and stuff like that. So I know
What?
her.
You went to high school with Latrice?
Yeah, Latrice is in the class before me.
I'm going to tell y'all something. I went to high school with Sir John.
Who was that?
Beyonce's makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
You know that big, tall, banana-looking guy?
Oh, not
He's
banana.
always been that muscular. He was incredibly mean to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was a bitch to me. He was an absolute bitch to me. Like,
Mm.
I'm not putting that on him now, but I knew you were in high school and you were an absolute asshole. You were an absolute piece of shit to me. We were friends because I was an acting major. He was an artist. He was a visual arts. He was visual arts. And the reason we knew each other is because of this wonderful woman, Shamika Kemp. Shamika Kemp was a vocal major because I went to the Fame School, so we all had majors. So I've been like acting like all my life. But yeah, that's who I went to high school with. And then when I realized like that's Beyonce's makeup artist, and I was like, yeah, I could see that. I didn't think she was a nice person, and I know he's a piece of shit. So
yeah. Latrice and I went to high school together. My cousin is related to her, and I'm actually
then you're related to her.
I'm not related to her.
My cousin is related.
So
no, you literally just said I have a family member related to her, and I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I think according to how families work, if you're related to someone that she's related to, then you're related.
It's on different sides of the family.
I might be wrong.
It's on different sides though. Because I'm friends with one of her cousins too. And then
hold on. Because Ernestine and my grandmother were sisters. So that means that me and Ernestine.
But I'm gonna tell you something else with So Gucci. It's another one of those situations where I have a cousin that's related. I have a couple of cousins that's related to her too. But the thing is, they're related to her on their father's side.
Stop. Where you have cousins that are related. Where does the relation stop?
No, because
I don't have hold on. I don't have a big family.
Oh, okay.
So
see, the only thing that makes me not related is because it's on a different side of the cousin in question. Because like with So Gucci, I have a couple of cousins.
Then you're distant cousins, but you're still
no, I'm not. Because like for instance, let's just say my cousin Dominique, for instance, I'm gonna use her for example. She's related to So Gucci, but they're related to So Gucci on.
So you're not related by blood, you're related by marriage.
not even by marriage. It's like they're on a whole nother side of that particular cousin's family. I'm not on that side. I'm on a whole nother side. And what I mean by that is, like Dominique's mother, Beverly, I use her for example. She's related to Soguchi, but I'm not. Beverly is related to Soguchi on her dad's side. I'm related to Beverly on her mom's side.
Then you're all related.
No, we not. We don't share the same blood.
No, then you're related by marriage. You're related by marriage.
Well, yeah,
like,
you can say that. You can say that.
I don't have siblings, but I have siblings by marriage.
Okay.
Like, I am the only biological child of my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, they've never wanted for company. I'll say that about my parents. They've never wanted for company. They've never had anyone turn them down, neither one of them. Mm-hmm. So I have other siblings because they married people. They didn't have children with them, mm-hmm. but because they were married, it's like, okay, now I have siblings.
Okay, I see your point.
Like, they ain't gonna inherit shit. It's my money. They can ask their parents, they're gonna inherit from their parents. And they're gonna get that straight. They ain't getting shit.
Well,
be sure of it.
Well, the last scene was Dr. Antoinette returning. How did you feel about her coming back?
Oh, God. I just want her to go find the white man that she deserves. It's okay to like white men. It is okay to like white men. I can look at Antoinette and tell, you ain't gonna find a black man. You ain't gonna find a black man that wants you. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It takes all different kinds to make a world. I done fucked plenty of white men and I'm still black. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I want her to get with her Chad, her Brendan. I look at her and I see me.
Okay. First you said Glenn needs the bottom that he deserves, and now you're saying that Antoinette needs the white man.
Sure does. Yeah. Like, girl, all she's gonna do is waste a black man's time. Get your Chad. Get your Chad. He's gonna appreciate you. That's what you want. Be honest. Be honest. You want the dick, get the dick. You want a whitey, get a whitey. Just be honest. We can deal with it. In no way does your choice mean I'm a shitty person. You get to like what you like. You like white men. That's okay. It doesn't make you less of a black woman. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. I can tell you feel that it does, and that's why you're ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed. Be yourself. All you're doing is fall in love with another human. I didn't think that was the worst thing in the world. A Chad or a Brandon.
So basically, you're not too happy to see her come back.
I don't like liars. Be authentic in her search for white cock. I'd be fine with it. But I can't do the lies. Let's be authentic. Can we? Does it cost anything?
Oh, God. Well, I guess that's all you got for that scene. I am happy to see her, though. I did like her when she was on the show the first time. I did.
Here's the thing. I would get a feeling from her in a minute. Her. Like, I would go to Dr. Shirley. Like, again, I'm glad I got dentists on the team.
Right. That is true now.
Let's celebrate it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna say this, Alex. I really enjoyed you tonight. I really enjoyed you, like, for real. I thought I was gonna need a drink for this, and because I forgot to go get one before the live started.
Me
but
too.
I didn't need it. I didn't need it at all.
I am the designated drinker where you don't. I can act drunk where I'm not drunk. Here's another little fun fact. My mother gave birth to me without any drugs because I was born in 82 and they were like, it was like, I'm so old. My grandmother, when my grandmother had my mother, do you know what they gave my grandmother for painkillers?
What?
Heroin.
Oh.
Look it up. In the 50s, they gave women heroin. My mother was like, I didn't want you to come out loopy. Let me say that again. My mother didn't want me to come out loopy. So she said, I'm going to raw dog this birth just to end up with me loopy as hell. And I love when she says, I didn't want you to come out loopy. And she just looks at me.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
want you to come out loopy, but this is my son. This is what I have.
Oh my
Didn't
God.
want you to come out loopy. But here you are. And I have to deal with it.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you once again, Alex. I'm finna give you something to eat after this because this was so fucking funny. Oh my God. Thank y'all for watching. And we appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys next week for Belle.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.